Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock. Welcome to Second Cup on a Thursday. Glad you're with us. We are one day closer to the weekend.
Yay.
Thank goodness.
A little bit of a chilly
for
Thursday
small-
up here.
Whoa, did you just hear that?
No. What was it? Small? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Thank
I just
goodness for
ignored it.
small miracles.
You just have to ignore that.
Okay, so I don't know if any of you are following me on TikTok, and I hope you will. You can follow me at Dranch.
He's on a quest.
Mission 10K, baby. Need 10K followers. Help me help you. Anyway, people have been dragging me on TikTok saying that I have a Buffalo accent and that the way I said massive the other day, massive sounded like Buffalo and that I had a Buffalo accent. I don't know that I hear it, but I feel like my Long Island comes out more than anything.
It took me a really long time to think about what Kathy's comment was. Happy Baby Friday. And I'm like, Baby Friday? Who's having a baby? Someone having a baby. Thursday, I think she's calling Baby Friday.
Oh.
I was like,
I
Baby
like that.
Friday. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Happy Baby Friday.
Lauren loves our outfits. Connie says
thanks.
twinning today.
I was
Yes.
just a little chilly, so I put this on.
Look.
Looks like I'm wearing a tie.
No, so Katie said Channel 7 blue, so here we are wearing our Channel 7
So funny
vest.
because I couldn't remember. I know I texted you in the morning. I couldn't remember if I texted you the color. And then you walked in and I was like, okay, I did.
Oh, Kathy says I don't call it a Buffalo accent. It's a Great Lakes accent. So I think, Buffalo definitely has an accent. When I first moved here 15 years ago, there was a definite accent here. And, I was in Target when I first moved to Buffalo.
What a word? Give me a word.
The word socks, for instance.
Socks?
Socks. I was in Target when I first moved here, and I heard a lady say something about socks. And I said, oh, my God, I'm in Buffalo.
Socks.
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 I think it's the very nasally. It's like socks.
I got a pair of red socks.
Right, socks.
Socks?
Socks.
Oh, whatever.
Socks. But somebody said, if you say this phrase, hold on, let me find it for you, Katie, because I feel like you would nail this.
Especially if it's today and it's nasally. Please don't judge me for drinking this energy drink. I'm sorry. I'm so tired today.
I already judged you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Let me find it for you because it was pretty funny what the comment was. Hold on.
Wait, you're finding it? Oh,
I'm
you
finding
want me
the
to
comment.
repeat what you said?
I want you to say what this commenter says on TikTok.
Okay.
Okay, here, say this sentence right here.
Frank and Joanne ran down transit from Amherst to Lancaster. Frank and Joanne ran down transit from Amherst to Lancaster.
So funny.
It's not that bad.
I would say Frank and Joanne ran down transit.
Well, Joanne, you have to say it like that.
Right.
Lancaster.
So some of these comments have been so
what
funny.
are you going to say?
Lancaster. Lancaster.
Well, it's Lancaster. That's how you say it.
Shirley says, how would you prefer to be said? I don't know. I don't care.
Get out of here.
I just think it's so funny. I just think it's funny that people are saying that I have it. I mean, I feel like you assimilate a little bit, and I know, am I assimilating?
I don't know.
Car. Russ says garage.
Garage.
I gotta park my car in the garage.
Okay.
Actually, let's see if he'll answer the phone.
Garage.
I wonder if
I don't know, you guys. Bagel.
Bagel. Russ says bagel.
Who said that's just wrong. Bagel.
It's a bagel. Lori says friends from Rochester and Syracuse would mock my roommate and the way I said
bar. Bar is one that we do.
Bar.
Say. Bar.
I gotta go to the bar.
Bar.
Come on, Russ. He's doing nothing anyway.
It's probably working.
Oh, isn't he so handsome? You're outnumbered. I know. Come on, Russ. Oh man, I can't handle the Amherst A.
Amherst. How's he?
Pittsburgh friend visited last weekend from college. Her first comment was, wow, you definitely got your accent back and it's stronger than ever before.
I grew up in Amherst. What's wrong with that? Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I know, Lauren. I'm just giving him a hard time. Russ works so hard. I was in the car with him the other day. He was on meetings from the second we woke up until the second we came home. I mean, we're talking, I was literally,
Those are always
I can
good days.
basically do his job now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
Kathy, it says it's like an accent with a little New York, Chicago, and Canada all thrown in. Chicago has its own accent too. Chicago. You know, they say it's they say Chicago. It's so
They
weird.
do not say it like that. Don't they say
They say-
Chicago?
No, they say Chicago. Like there's definitely Jackie Walker used to say Chicago the way they said it. Chicago.
Get her on the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's call her. Do I say pop or soda? I say soda.
Pop, pop, pop.
But that's the downstate in me coming out.
If you grew up here, you would not say it.
No, correct. Is it a parlor or a living room? It's a living room.
Parlor. A parlor sounds so fancy.
I
I'm
know.
definitely going to start calling it my parlor now.
I'm in my parlor. I'm in my powder room. Jennifer says it's pop. Okay, fair enough. Peter says I'm from Chicago and I would not know the accent to save my life. Well, okay, but Peter, what's the proper way to say Chicago? Because I say Chicago. Somebody from Chicago might say Chicago.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, speaking of Buffalo, how's this?
Yes.
Buffalo has $40 million in unused state funding to improve infrastructure. Now, what does that mean? These are reimbursable costs.
So they would pay for it, get the money back.
Exactly. But the largest sum of unused money outside of New York City is in Buffalo. When we are talking about upgrades to our city infrastructure that we know is falling apart, that Buffalo Mayor Sean Ryan has said we have underinvested in, we are now learning by just how much. It was after my conversation with him last week where I said, okay, well, how do we be more proactive? And he said, look, we've underinvested in infrastructure for years. I came back to the newsroom and I said, look, okay, well, by the sum of how much, where is this money coming from? Where is it? And do we still have access to it? So I went digging around, emailing back and forth with the city, trying to get some information, and found out that there are like 4 different funds that Buffalo has access to that has allotments from New York State that just hasn't been used. And lucky enough for us, it rolls over.
Yeah.
But we
because
have to use that money in order to get reimbursed for that
some
money.
of them have deadlines. Kathy says, why haven't the fund been used? What are they saving?
Great question. So Sean Ryan says that the funds just weren't used by prior administrations because there was an underinvestment in infrastructure. Period. Full stop. Why?
Don't you kind of want to know, too, whose decision it was to do that? Because, like, listen, the buck stops with whoever's in charge, and we get that when you're in the leadership role, right? You're the president of an university,
Very.
the mayor of somebody, you're this, governor, whatever. The buck stops with you, but you also have people underneath you who do different things. So, like, whose responsibility?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying, and here's what I think. I do not think, and this is just as a casual observer of city government having covered this for many years, I do not think that there was I do not think the people who were serving as deputies to Mayor Byron Brown did anything. I don't think that they actually spearheaded anything. I don't think that there was a structure in place to allow them to oversee certain departments as they are today. So in other words, Ben Swanekamp, who's one of the deputy mayors who was just hired by Sean Ryan, is now overseeing public works. Somebody answers now to Swanekamp, who answers to the mayor. That has not happened before.
So you're right, like the public works department falls underneath him.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so in other words, somebody missed that. We were paying these figureheads. Rashid Duffy, for instance, who's now, I've mentioned him in the past, who's a deputy mayor making money on a taxpayer dime, would show up to ribbon cuttings randomly and be like, oh, I'm here. Great. Now he's a judge.
Well, we don't know what the old structure was, and we don't know what they were or were not in charge of? I think you'd have to get those answers. You can't just say they did nothing.
Well, they showed up places. Great job, everyone. $40 million of unused money.
Well,
great question, Barry. Great question. Bottom line here is that Sean Ryan says that we will not miss another opportunity. And at the end of the day, it is incumbent upon city leadership to upgrade infrastructure.
yes.
To make sure that roads are maintained. And the only way to do that, Ryan says, is to use these state dollars to the utmost and fullest.
So these grants are for the city. And they're
Correct.
infrastructure grants. So we're talking about things like road repair. We're talking about things like potential water main fixes. Not even before they break, replacements, let's call them.
Sewers, we're talking about
Getting
storm
in there.
drains.
You know what I mean? Like upgrading stuff that hasn't been touched. And like let's be real, this is a very old city.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a beautiful city, but like we said, many of the things need more than just a touch up. They need to be replaced. They need to be fixed. They need to, even the fixing isn't working at this point, especially like when we're talking about the water pipes. Like everybody said, they're going to have to be literally replaced. And it's
Right.
a billion with a B dollar job.
So Jenny said, oh, hi, Russell. Hi, my love.
And then even really quick, if you think about a $40 million, but I'm going to tell you that the project is $1 billion, that's not even a drop in the bucket.
No, but here's the problem with city government. And this is where
When
I
you-
think,
You don't leave that money on the table,
Correct.
but just put into perspective
absolutely.
how much this is all going to cost.
But here's the thing about city government. We have not raised taxes in the city of Buffalo in a decade, at least. So as you heard from Mitch Nowakowski, had the city raised taxes up to the tax cap progressively, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%, we would not be in the financial hole that we're in right now. That's number one. Number two, had we spent this money in prior budget years, prior financial years, perhaps our infrastructure would be a little bit better
right?
than it is right now.
This is a tough time too to have to say, hey, now we're raising taxes, and it's because we haven't, because now people are stretched in a lot of ways.
Right.
Do you
So
know
is
what
the
I mean?
city.
Now the hit of taxes is going to be a lot more than it would have been. And we know we undervalued homes here for a
Sure.
really long time too. So that's another part of it.
Well, and Nowakowski told me point blank back in December that he would not be surprised if Sean Ryan raised taxes by double digits. Will he do that? Remains to be seen. But as we know, Ryan has said, essentially, we need to do something. Here's what he told me when I spoke to him last week, asking what the problem actually is. Listen.
Is that funding? Do we not apply for that funding? What is the problem here?
We've missed funding over the last few years. There's road funding that we didn't apply for. There's road funding that we received that we never put on the street. So there's been a lot of missed opportunities.
Okay, missed opportunities. Well, that led me to another question. Well, then who missed that opportunity? Prior administrations, is what Ryan said, underinvested in infrastructure. So I asked the governor for a reaction to that. Here's my question and her answer.
Mayor Ryan say that the infrastructure in the city of Buffalo has been underinvested in. What does that tell you about the past administration?
Well, that happens all over the state. It's a matter of finances.
So it's a matter of finances, and she says that it happens all over the state. But when you take a look at the documentation and the funding and the balances that are available, only Buffalo has this high of a balance outside of New York City. Only Buffalo. We are the second largest city in New York State.
So I think what needs to happen now is, okay, so Mark, yes, now we've got this $40 million as a whole. Then we've also got these grants that we didn't apply for.
Right.
So, Della's comment was, hey, give Mayor Ryan a minute. Let's see if he can fix some of these things.
Martha, good morning to you. Great question. What about deals with developers? Did they pay full taxes? Great question. We're happy to hand out tax breaks to these developers, but then, for instance, we see what happens with Doug Jamal, who, to his credit, handed back some of those tax credits.
And did do a lot of
Yeah.
work here.
But now doesn't have the money necessarily to fund some of these projects.
I think that also you need to take a closer look at maybe some of those kinds of deals that are being made and how long do we extend those deals? Like, I understand giving tax breaks and I understand giving, different, benefits to get somebody to, let's say, rehab. Like, how about the Statler, for example? That's a huge building, huge undertaking.
and
It's-
no one's been able to deal with
and
that.
it's just and still to this day, like a few floors of it can be used, but it's still there. But you don't want to lose it, okay? So I understand, like that's a piece of history. You don't, but maybe it's time to kind of re-examine how long those deals are, how much they're for. I don't know.
Willie, I help me help you. What are you trying to say here? You know what's going on. You keep saying the answer to the question that you asking. Help me understand that. Maybe just spell it out for me in black and white, because I'm not really sure I understand what you're insinuating here. Bottom line here, it's going to get a lot more expensive in the city of Buffalo. Water bills are going up almost $100.
Well, it's just, and I just feel for people too, because we just hear it all the time. Okay, so now you've got your water bills going up, and they said on average you had $96 on average. There's going to be some people who won't pay quite that. Then you've got your utility bills that we are constantly talking about beyond that, gas and electric, unrelated to what's happening in the city for the most part. But those rates are always going up because they're redoing infrastructure as well. But again, it's the same concept. Everything is old. Everything is, we're using gas and electricity and things like we never have in the past. We weren't charging 18 of these.
All the AI data centers.
Everything that we're
right.
doing, you know what I mean? Even in your own home.
Sure.
Think about the stuff that
Barb has a question. Could money for the new stadium have gone to other more important things? That's a question. Sure. It's a theoretical, philosophical question that can be asked. But I think that those are two separate issues because this money is already allocated.
Plus, the money came from other places for the stadium.
Right.
Not like the city of Buffalo,
Correct. And I think that New York State has... Governor Hochul has said that she already allocated billions and has handed money literally to the Buffalo Sewer Authority to try and fix the water infrastructure. So, there's money available. It's just a matter of applying for it and getting it.
And listen, grant application and the process there, there are people who are experts at that. They are grant writers. That is what they do. And I have written a grant in my life. I've written a couple. There are such parameters, and then usually they have a timeline associated with them too. Again, lucky that this one didn't have a timeline, the funds roll over, but they're very specific. So you would think that already the plans would be earmarked, what the money would be going for. Because usually you can't be like, oh, we're going to use it to fix streets. You'd have to be like, we're going to use it to fix ... because you have to justify what you're paying for.
Sherry says, stop milking the teat. It shouldn't take months to do a project, work in smaller sections, just get the job done. And I think that's all Buffalonians want.
Yeah, just you want to see something. You want to see change. Yeah. And you
Progress.
wanna see improvement. Yeah.
Right. And look, Ryan's only been in office for a month and 2 weeks, 3 weeks now? He's already more transparent than we've seen from Byron Brown in 19 years.
Well, the one thing I will say too is and I know there were I would say there were complaints about how the snow was handled, that first big snowstorm that his administration handled, but there was also a lot of praise too. So I think coming off of these kinds of things, listen, spend 6 weeks, let's give the guy a minute. It's a learning curve, right?
He's had to deal with one crisis after another at this point.
But I'll also say he's doing it a little bit differently. So let's see how it works.
Yeah. It can't hurt.
Yeah.
When you dig up the ground to replace water line to gas lines too, split the cost between the two utilities. Interesting. Interesting thought. You can read my story right now on WKBW.com and see my reporting on just how much money and where it came from in this reporting. It's the top story right now on WKBW.com.
And Peter also doesn't bring up a bad point. sometimes this progress, no matter where you're looking at, takes time. That's a great example. How long have we been waiting for that?
Right, the Costco.
Years and years. And,
Right.
and I get it. Like, things get held up, and we're in a very unique time right now. Supply chain stuff and, the tariff issue that so many, businesses were arguing was hurting them. But, to the point of whoever just said it, like, you just want to see something moving forward. Even if it's like, hey, we fixed this one block or we knocked down that one building.
Look at what Jeanette says. I think it's kind of sad, though, that we have to think, how can I avoid that street today? If I get another flat tire from the roads here, I'm going to lose my mind, right? Well, and that's like Main Street. We know Main Street's like a war zone.
It is. And I told you the other day, the pothole that I hit, I literally checked the mirror in the back seat to make sure the baby was still with me. He was in his car seat.
This is of course.
But I'm like, oh my God.
A little exaggeration, but
Yes, of course it is. But I mean, I was like, kaboom. And I'm like, what is that? Like, that's when you're hitting a pothole like that, like, come on.
when you're getting off the 190 at Niagara Street, if you get off the right way at Niagara Street
Right.
and not go onto the Peace Bridge,
It
is also a giant crater.
You never
every
want to
few
like
feet.
look in your back seat and be like, "Hey, Ed, you okay back?
Right.
Did your head just hit the ceiling?"
Can you imagine? Like, I get that it's a cold weather city, but like, come on.
Yeah, I know. And listen, it's probably a lot to keep up with, and I can see that too. But like, sometimes you're like, and I will say, I do think a lot of residents are really good about 211, 311,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
letting people know.
Oh my God, Russ calls 311 for everything. A light out, something that needs to be done on the street, something that he sees that needs to be replaced. And to his credit, right? Like, good for him. He's taking action and making sure that things are done. What?
You know, I call all these lines all the time, and you know
You call
that
911.
if I see something that needs reported, and Russ gets to his credit, you'd be like, "You are such a narc."
He is a narc.
But I will do the same thing.
You have to.
I know.
Because also, like, it's the same thing with news. Like, if we don't know about it, there's nothing we can do.
Well, right. I do call 911 a lot because we drive. The times that we come into work are very odd times.
Sure.
And we see some crazy stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I said to Ed, they're probably like, God, it's Katie again. What's
Hi,
your emergency
Katie.
now?
911. Hi, Katie. Anyway,
But seriously, like we always say, you see something, you say something, you
got to.
you want ever, I'm such a safety conscious rule
You're
follower.
just very conscious about everything.
That if I see somebody not following
Even things
rules,
that don't exist. That's called anxiety.
Well, I got that too.
Anyway, you can see my full story right now on WKBW.com. Jordan and Jamal dropped a link in the comments for us. So make sure you're reading that and sharing it around.
I believe that, Kareen. Kaboom.
Man, yeah, no kidding. You want to talk about Valentine's
Yeah,
Day?
let's talk about something fun to wrap up the end of the show here. Let's talk about love and money first. This was a funny story. Do you have the script? I think I did too.
Love and money, love and money.
No, you don't. You have two of the same ones, and I had two of the same ones. This happened before too.
Thanks, Jordan.
That was Zach. I'll throw Zach right into the bus. All right, because love and money, there were three things that people would rather talk about than money.
Weight,
Their weight. The people would rather talk about their weight
politics.
and religion. That's what it
Yes.
was. Politics, religion, at their weight. They'd rather talk about that than money with somebody they're in a relationship with. Okay.
We talk about money all the time. That's all.
Yeah,
we
because
talk
Russ is like,
about.
stop spending.
Oh
Stop
my God.
spending.
He says all you do is tap, 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 tap.
With your card.
Yeah. But I was just talking to his dad
that's
about this
so
last night. We were
funny.
talking about like big purchases, and he said, "Look, I said to him, I was like,
Tap, tap,
I would
tap.
never, ever, ever make a large purchase without at least consulting Russ or talking it over.
Define
with
a
him.
large purchase. A couch?
No, because you know exactly what happened, and he
Couch.
brought it up
You
last
bought a
night
couch, yeah.
because I said
So that doesn't count.
that was
Don't
actually
bring this
one
up
of the
with me
things.
because I know.
I know.
He bought a couch.
But it was only like $400. So it wasn't the end of the world. Like, that's not a large, I think maybe $1,000 is my threshold. I would never, first of all, who has $1,000 to spend like that right now?
Imagine if your significant other just bought a couch and it came to your house and you'd be so mad.
He was so pissed.
You'd
He
be
goes,
so
I cannot believe, what were you thinking? I'm like, oh, well, I just bought a couch. I
that's
wanted a
so
couch.
funny.
It looked terrible. So I brought it upstairs to my office. So now I've got a couch in my office, which is great.
Lay on it sometimes and talk out loud to someone because you need it. So one thing they were saying too is like we were looking at, okay,
yes,
this
Peter.
money is a lot when it comes to a relationship. When it comes to Valentine's Day, people are supposed to spend upwards of $200 per
get that.
person on people for Valentine's Day. Okay, it depends on what you're doing. And if you're counting, like, are we going out to a fancy dinner?
Right.
We never really do a fancy dinner on Valentine's Day because, like, it's so crowded. I'd rather go do something else. So one thing they were saying is you want to save some money, grab dinner, bring it home. So we found Walmart had a deal, and then Pelicanos. You know Pelicanos?
Yeah.
They had a deal too. And it was like $60. You got 2 filet mignons, 2 lobster tails.
Ooh.
Now you have to cook it, but even I could figure that one out.
You know what you could do? You could sous vide them. That would probably be really good.
Sure, you could do that. So this is their. It was the $10 thing is a deposit.
It's
you
a
have to put down.
romantic dinner for 2.
It is, and then like 2 lobster tails, 2 filet mignon. Looks like almost 2 potatoes are in there too,
Wow.
right? Yeah, 2 choice baked potatoes. Oh yeah, and 2 cheese cannoli. With pre-orders only. But there's a little page that you can go on and pre-order, so that's easy. Oh my God, really quick, this is unrelated to Valentine's Day, but Marco's, I follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They have what they call a girl's dinner.
Cute.
You get a martini, French fries, salad, and cacio e pepe.
Ooh.
Like, you know how they always say, like, girls' dinner's like a salad with your French fries?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. So, and it was $30.
With a martini?
You
I'll
get
take
with a
it.
martini.
That's great.
Isn't that kind of a cute,
Yeah.
cute little deal? I thought
Great
that was
idea,
funny.
Marco.
They had
Love
them
Chef
for that the
Marco.
past couple days.
Oh, look at how cute this is. From Sarah, Aldi had a heart-shaped pizza and heart-shaped ravioli.
Heart-shaped ravioli, that's adorable.
That's so
Oh
cool.
my God, I really might get that because I was trying to think of something cute because it's a baby's second Valentine's Day, I guess. First one that he can really eat food. So I was trying to think of something cute to do. Like I was going to cut something in a heart.
Maybe Rosina can make heart-shaped ravioli.
They better get on it. It's February 12th. Change the lines real quick. But anyway, so I thought this was a good idea too to save money. Roses get marked up around Valentine's Day. Like we know this, right? Like
sure.
they just do. So they said get a couple mixed bouquets, get some smaller ones, and then make a bouquet yourself. Also, that is so much more convenient when you come home and the flowers are already in a vase. Cut in a vase. You don't have to do it.
A vase.
Who doesn't have 1,000 vases hanging around from like the Dollar Tree? Or you know what I mean? Like you got flowers in the past, you never throw out the vase. I
Yeah.
don't.
No, never.
I've got, do you don't, do you?
No, I keep
I
them.
know, I've got like 10
But I don't really
vases.
get flowers like you do. Do you get flowers?
I mean, like Paul used to bring home flowers all the time. And I was like, you don't have to bring me home flowers all the time. Like,
Oh,
well,
why?
I know. And then he was like, I'm never bringing home flowers again.
Right.
No,
Why
he
would you
still
do
does.
that to yourself?
Well, because I like them, don't get me wrong. But like, I'm like, I don't need flowers every week. And then it's so
But that's
expensive.
so nice.
Oh my God. I'll tell him to get them.
What is your love language? Mine is gifts and words of affirmation.
acts of service?
Okay.
And he knows that. And I came home yesterday and he had sent me a text. He's like, you're really going to like the house when you come in. And it was like, looked great. Although I will say, here's his one trick. He likes to tell me he cleaned up and vacuumed. And I can see on the carpet the circles from the Eufy vacuum. Or the
Roomba.
Because he'll always be like, I vacuumed on that thing. Boop, boop.
I told it where to go.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah.
Oh, Danielle, I love that. That's a great idea. Okay, there you go. $8.
And that's what I would do. Like I would get those little tulips. You know, they're like
Yeah.
$6 or $8. They're so cute. I like those.
just something to like brighten the room a little bit and lift your spirits.
Jordan, what was the other deal? Oh, chocolate. Yeah, they have some, you know, the little teeny ones you can
Yeah.
get for like $1, $1.50, something like that.
My mom used to, on Valentine's Day, get us like these plastic hearts from the drugstore, and inside would be a pack of Skittles or M&Ms or something. And I always looked forward to it because she always thought of us, and I just thought it was very, very sweet.
Yeah.
And this is kind of why I think gifts is my love language, because my mom did stuff like that
Give
for
me
me growing up.
presents,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love an unexpected, thoughtful gift.
Ooh, present.
Yeah.
Ooh, present.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that for me? That's what I say to Russ every time he gets something from Amazon.
I did have to order a bunch of stuff from Amazon recently, and Paul was like, wow, getting a lot of boxes.
Right.
I was like, yes.
He goes, yes, here are ratchet straps.
I
That's not
know.
what I
And I was like,
want.
well, the baby grew out of his 12-month pajamas. So here, now he has these. I'm not super excited. But okay, so Aldi is $6 flowers, Sherry says.
Oh, how about
Fantastic.
Trader Joe's? Everyone raves about Trader Joe's flowers.
I don't get over there all the time. I have gotten the $6 flowers from Aldi, though.
Have you ever had $2 Chuck, where I think it's $3 Chuck now from Trader Joe's? Like,
Me in college, maybe.
yeah, it's pretty good.
It's been a long time.
Listen, we got to get the show on the road. Tomorrow is Friday.
Don't
TGIF.
forget, here's the other thing I will say. If you don't want to go get an expensive card, go to the Dollar Tree.
There you go.
I go to the Dollar Tree all the time. I get cards. Nobody cares. You got a cute puppy on it. That's my family's love language, is saving money. And like, I will specifically write in the card, I got this at the Dollar Tree. My parents will be, good job. Thank you.
I like finding funny cards.
There's some funny ones there.
I got one for Russ that is so funny.
Like you got me that really nice paper thing for Christmas.
I
I've
know.
Never had paper that nice.
Have a great day,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.